It's Labor Day. Hats me. Yeah, Dee, she's a little bit crazy. Yes, did you see a cocktail in her hand on that thumbnail? Did you? Did you? Would you be correct? You would not be correct. That was not a cocktail. It was a mocktail. I got a tea subscription box this weekend, and I'm just grabbing the chat. And why can't I see the chat? Oh, it's not. It's on this weird setting. There it is. And there was a tea that came in there. Was that the one that was called Afternoon Delight? And I got 4 teas. I think one was, I can't remember what it was. But it said it's really good served with seltzer. So I enjoyed it. Feels like a cocktail. I won't lie. I could have put a shot of vodka, but honestly, I'm good with it. But it feels like a cocktail. I should have put it in a fun glass. That would have made it even more fun. Hello, Tamara and Becky and Donna and Lynette and Roberta. It's been beautiful here today. Yesterday, I don't know. Yesterday was a washout here. It was horrid. It was raining off and on all day. I mean, it was not a day for the shore unless they had better weather than we did here. But I go to work tomorrow. So, yeah. Well, yay me. Yay me. But did you see what I posted? Did you see my bagel? I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am with that bagel. Now, was it a labor of love? Yes. Was it something you could put in the oven and forget about? Oh, heck no. I had to babysit it. I did. But it was everything. In fact, I put a clip in on the group because the video won't go up till tomorrow of me tasting it. And you hear the crunch. That's all. That's why I wanted you to hear the crunch. Because it does. Hello, Allison and Marilyn. Yeah, I did give at the end of the video, you'll see tomorrow, a few tips, like maybe things I would try. I mean, I would do it the same way, me personally, but like I said, it's something that you really got to keep your eye on because it will. Maybe, like I said, maybe you could bake them for a little bit, then maybe load the granola on top. Maybe that would help. Use a different granola. Maybe use a commercial granola, like, a Kind granola or something, because you're not using that much. You're not using a half a cup in each bagel. You're not. Yeah, I added a point to my bagel, but honestly, you're not. Hello, Diane. I'm going to put my glasses on. Hello, Rhonda. Susan B. She's back. Hello, Beverly and Bonnie and Laura. Welcome. I have a mocktail. I really could have made it into. I should have put it in a fun glass. What was I thinking? A fun glass would have made it a lot more fun. This looks like I'm having, a high C punch or something. But, well, it actually pretty much is. It's a tea that I got in my subscription that they recommended you mix it with some seltzer. So, Dee is obsessed with Spindrift. Yes, finally found one I could actually say that I like. And the pineapple one is like my all-time favorite. It is tea. I can't remember which tea it was because I got 4 of them. Was it Afternoon Delight? I think that's the one it was. It's recommended after you steep it that you serve it over ice mixed with seltzer. So luckily there was a seltzer already open, so I thought, let's try this. And I really do enjoy it. Like I said, there's no alcohol in it, but you could put a little bit of vodka in there. Be perfectly acceptable. And nobody would know. Yeah, it was around the back of the thing. I'm like, ooh, and I wanted to try it because they all smelled really good. So I got a really good, nice mixture this month. Some months you're kind of like, yeah, they gave me Earl Grey again, Lady Grey. I don't they all suck. Anything with the word gray in it, I'm not going to like. That's how it is. But no Earl Grey for this girl. I had some really fun ones. And I guess I'll attach it to one of the videos this week. I don't know. We'll see where I'll stick it. Hello, Sue. So yeah, it always pays to read the back. Sometimes I don't read the bags and just say, oh. But yeah, sometimes it pays because it does give you hints. Walmart has allulose? Did you say you got allulose at Walmart? I didn't know Walmart had allulose. Because I like allulose. And if Walmart carries it, I may be like, yeah. Ooh, I'm going to have to write that down. At Wally World. I got to check that out. See if mine has it. I would venture to say it probably doesn't. But you never know. That's awesome. I got a sweetener at BJ's the other day. I can't remember what it's called. I'll post it in the group later. It's a derivative of Splenda. I think it's Splenda with stevia. Don't quote me on that. It's 0 points for cup because I checked on that before I bought it because I'm not buying anything I got to pay points for. Just saying. So, because my BJ's has never carried that. Now, Sam's carries that Pure, P-Y-U-R-E. Excuse me, I think it's called, which it's decent. I didn't hate it. I mean, it wouldn't be my favorite, but I didn't hate it. So I'm curious how this one is, because I like to get it someplace I can get it. Go figure. Hello, Julia. Welcome to the tea room. I'm having a mocktail. I wish I would have thought to put it in a cute glass, though. It's been that kind of a day. Timmy went back to school about 2 hours ago, so it's been a whirlwind here today. Yes, he brought my car back, so I'm so happy to see my car. Yeah, mind you, I haven't had that car that long, so, and I did have a car. It was his. It's just smaller. I like my car. I like being a little bit higher. I'm used to that. So I'm happy. It's funny. I said to him when he came in, "Where's my car?" He goes, "You're not happy to see me?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I want to see the car." I was teasing him. But yes, we ate early today because he wanted to leave by 5:30. And it was like, when Timmy's home, he's like a tornado. Like, we get exhausted just watching him. That's what my son goes. He goes, "Oh my God," when he's home, it's like, I know, it's just, Caroline! Oh, did you start school yet, Caroline? I do use Lakanto, I do. I prefer the taste, but I like able to get something at a store versus always ordering it. I haven't, like I said, Lakanto is still my number one in flavor. Absolutely. I've tried it. It doesn't dissolve too well in cold. That's so far my only complaint. It's okay that way. I haven't baked with it yet, though. Hello, Debbie. Let's all wish Caroline good luck. She's her first day of high school. She's one of my kids. Caroline was one of my kids. So good luck tomorrow, Caroline. It is the first day of the next 4 years of your life. You're going to have a fabulous time. They're going to love you. You're going to love it. It's going to be fabulous. Caroline she was one of the good ones. A lot of them were good ones, don't get me wrong, but I've known Caroline since preschool. She was one of my, I wouldn't say one of my first classes because I've been there. My first class just graduated high school. She's one of the earlier classes, so I've known Caroline since she was, were you in 3s too or 4s? I want to say you were in just 4s, but I could be wrong. So at least I've known her since she was 4. Had her when she was 4, had her when she was 7. We have a relationship, It is pretty cool. You watch them grow, and she's always been sweet as can be. Jermaine. How's my girl, Jermaine? Am I ready for school? Yeah, not really. I mean, I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be. It's just, it's this COVID shit. I just, it's still driving me batty. I mean, so far we're good for recess. We don't have to have masks on if we're outside. We have to have masks on in the classroom. I'm okay with that. It's just all this extra stuff that we need to do is annoying, is all. I have to do bathroom duties and stuff. It's just, I wanted so much to go back. I did. But now I'm going to spend half my day in the hallway. So, yeah. Not much I can do about it. You just have to go with the flow. And, oh, Luigi! Oh, my goodness. All the people are coming in tonight. Why? Because Labor Day's done, folks. It's time to buckle our asses down. Don't I know that all too well? Hello, Luigi. How's my Luigi? Now it's time to really buckle down to just follow the plan. Yeah, I know. You know what, Luigi? I've got this stubborn 4 pounds that I cannot get rid of to save my life. I swear it's the damn vaccine. I don't know. I just cannot, for the life of me, get rid. But I am very cognizant of the fact there are people that are worse off than I am. But it's just annoying. Okay, can I say that loud? It's annoying. Jumpstart. Any ideas? What jumpstarts me is when my clothes don't fit and I have nothing to wear and I refuse to buy a bigger size. That's what usually jumpstarts me. First day back on track. Hey, that's a lot of people, Luigi. That's why I was like, hello, Marie. I get you, Luigi. I know. I'm heading there. I'm 5 pounds over goal, so I'm paying. And for the life of me, I don't give a shit. Like, you'd think that would, yeah. What I want to reiterate is, again, about just following the plan is you don't want to follow her plan or their plan. You want to follow your plan. And your plan might be different than anybody else's plan. And your, what you want out of it is different than what they want out of it for you. Hello, Melody. So look at it with, I'm not out to be Cheryl Teagues. I'm out to get healthy. And that healthy might be a size 18. If a size 18 is better than what you are now, I feel that is a win. I just need to do better and take these baby steps. Sometimes giving up the scale for a few weeks and just following a, healthier approach to how you live your life. We're not always going to be perfect. We're not always going to make the best decisions. We're not always going to eat perfectly. We're not always going to have a salad. I always have a salad. But you have to do better than you did yesterday or how you used to do. Is this Jermaine making better choices than old Jermaine? Yeah, it might not be the best choices that somebody would say you should make, but in your mind, it's a better choice than you could have made. Yes, I ate more rice cakes than I planned to today, but they were stinking rice cakes. So I had to put that into perspective as well. Put the fork down. Oh, my fork was a little bit up today. No birthday cake. That's always a win. Well, anniversaries take precedence sometimes. Celebrations do. Yes, you have to refuse to buy bigger ones. It is tough to close your little goal. It is. You have to think of, I am not buying bigger clothes. You're just not doing it. Happy birthday, Tamara. I would have a little piece of cake. I would. Because it's your birthday. And you're allowed to, I had cake today. I had one of my peanut butter crumbly things from Pound Dropper that were amazing. And a few people, I'll put it out there, were a little bit like that I used the powdered peanut butter. Number one, I didn't have the peanut butter she had, that better than butter. I don't like it anyway. But let me tell you something. The powdered peanut butter, I reconstituted it and put it in that way, worked. All the boys raved about it. So if the boys are eating it, it's pretty good. 64. You don't look a day over 63. Oh, yeah. French onion chicken. That sounds delicious. I always, you know what? I always believe you don't have a scale. Nothing wrong with that. You don't need a scale unless you feel you want to know. But if you know you're on point and you're following, and you'll eventually start feeling it in your clothes, and you know you will. You don't really need a scale unless you really want a number. You know, you don't really need a scale. I love anything, you know, French onion and chicken. I'm in. I love French. I love onion. I'm onion obsessed. I am onion obsessed. I love onion. Now my one son hates onion, and it kills me because I leave it out of a lot of things, so he'll eat it. Really, when he moves out, man, there'll be a lot of changes on this menu. We have to give up. You know, sometimes we have this idea that we want to be like, oh, it'll just drop off, and then we get going, all of a sudden it doesn't. And I remember I used to get on these kicks of, I'm going to do this, and it's going to be like fabulous, and all of a sudden it's just going to melt off me, and all of a sudden 3 days in, I'm like, it's not melting off. What's wrong? What am I doing wrong? I'm a failure. I just might as well eat because it's not working. We have to get, you know, for me, that was always instantaneous relief was what I always looked for. Thank you, High Octane. I'm issues with not wanting to cook. Yeah, that's a big one, you know, because I cook to eat more. I only weigh myself once a week. Well, yeah, takeout, can't eat takeout a lot. Yeah, some people are number focused, not health focused. And if they don't see that number go down, they feel they've failed, which is not always true. Being overfed, yes, you know, the older you get, the more of a struggle it is. But I lost all my weight over 50. So I know it can be done. It just takes consistency, diligence, and time. It's not gonna, like when we were younger, you can drop, you know, 25 pounds in a few weeks. I ain't like that anymore. But if you just keep up with consistency. And I always say, I would love like to get takeout and eat. I mean, we eat out a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I always say I cook to eat. That's why I try to cook and make things so I can eat more. I mean, do you ever see those lean cuisines? You get nothing. 10 points, you get nothing. I'd be like, I want to eat the container, but you can't. You can't. Oh, I'm a big stretchy pants person. I do. Time and patience, absolutely, it does. This was a hard weekend. Like I said, I did say that going into the challenge, that we're going to be our first challenge is going to be a holiday weekend, and in life, you go off plan, which is total. And I wanted you guys to see that. That was totally normal to go off plan. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh my god, really? You're off plan? We've only just started. No, that's what you do. But you know what? Tomorrow we get right back on plan. That's the difference. It's always going to be a lifelong challenge for me. I could say there's never going to be a time where I'm not going to be like, I could just eat this, and I will always have to track. I will always have to be accountable for my food. It is a life journey when you put it in that kind of perspective, and you kind of get rid of, I know we want to see results. I know we want to see the end of that tunnel, but it's a never ending tunnel because there is no end. And when I learned that, that's when good things happened. Yeah, I bet you had chicken because those lean cuisines ain't giving you much. I forgot when I first bought one. I'm like, this is, and I figured it was like, oh, can't be too many points. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you don't. I'm just... Exactly, Kat. I've actually eaten the plate. Shame, not shame. I do not know him. No, I just had to report him. Yeah, I would have to agree that you need extra protein in those things and extra rice, extra vegetables. Nope, don't know them. There's always one. And like I just said the other day, it's been so quiet here. You know, it's been so quiet. Man, how do you know what a black brown? Can you see it? That was like, I'm like, that's weird. That's really weird. Protect your progress. Hey, how do you know what a black brown? Was he like sitting behind me? Something like, you can't see it, Ken. Apparently, you must be able to. Always one. Always one. Remember what I said, what that lady says when she gets on the scale? The scale will not control me. The scale will guide me, because that's what it is only to do. Like I said, if you can meal prep, I always say you should. I can't. Bernadette! Thank you, Bernadette. If you don't know, well, you probably don't know. Bernadette says Drexel Hill because when I was first married, we lived in Drexel Hill for a hot 5 minutes. Yep, that's where my husband was living when we got married. So we lived there for a few months, and then we moved here to New Jersey. So, yep. I wish I did. I mean, I have the luxury of starting work at 9 o'clock. Well, not this week, but so I have time to do breakfast and I come home for lunch. So, and I only work 4 hours a day. So I do have that luxury, but I know if you are stuck for time, meal prepping, if you can do it, is a great help. You know, it gets you set up for success. It's one less thing you have to worry about. It's one less thing that's done for you. So I can't say enough good things. Like I said, if I were out of the house more, I probably would try to do. I do some food prep. I get things, get some chicken cooked, get some eggs boiled, things that I have ready for me. Pick a cuisine for dinner each week. I like that. What I wanted to do, that sounds really good, is pick a new recipe every week. Because I have a shit ton of cookbooks. But I wanted to, I got a couple cool ones at the Dollar Tree if you saw my last haul. One was all about bowls. And that mug book that I got at Target Dollar Spot, which apparently I only paid 50 cents for, which I didn't know. I would have bought two had I known they were 50 cents. I think it said $5. Maybe they're having, and there's some really cool mug recipes in there that you could WWFI. I love Mexican. Oh, and Chinese. I just love every cuisine. People ask me, if you had to pick one cuisine, what would you pick? They go, you wouldn't pick Italian? I'm like, no, I'm sick of Italian. I would go with like Mexican or Chinese if I had to pick a cuisine. That's good. That's semi. I consider that a plan. That's an abstract, but it's a plan. I did a video on I called it How I Meal Plan, which is I have like a rotation of about 6 or 8 breakfasts that I just wrote down that I could pull from, and then I would just pick one and just scratch it off, and then I would just pick a protein for each day, and then I would decide that day how I would cook that protein, whether it be pork chop, turkey loin, ground meat, ground chicken, whatever I had, fish. And then I would decide that day how I do have a well-stocked pantry and freezer, which is how I prep. I just prep the house. I have plenty of frozen vegetables, fresh vegetables, rices, and pastas, potatoes to choose from. Oh my God. I've just discovered Chipotle. Where have I been? I don't know. We were there about a month ago. And we had a gift card. So I said, I've always wanted to go. Let's go to Chipotle. Oh my God. The bowl was life changing. It was so good. I want to go there like every week. Chicken tomato skillet. Mmm. See, I don't like to plan too far in advance because since I do all the cooking, we eat what I feel like making. I feel that's the trade off. If you want to, I said to the boys and my husband, if you guys want to cook anytime, feel free. But if I'm cooking, we're eating what I feel like. So that's why I really probably couldn't plan because I don't know what I'm going to feel like. Like tomorrow, I'm not even sure what I feel like. We've had quite the weekend between the chicken thighs, the bratwurst, the burgers and dogs. We've had quite a variety, so I'm not even sure what I feel like tomorrow. We don't have enough for leftovers, unfortunately, but we'll think. Look at that. Luigi, she's just like on it. It's a basic meal prep. I keep, and it's something that's as basic as I do it. I like jambalaya. I rested my channel for jambalaya. It was pretty good. Exactly, Diane. That's what I said. And as we say, anytime they want to cook, have at it. Have at it. The kitchen is theirs, but they have to clean up as well. So, yeah. You don't ever see them cooking, which is fine. But it's always good, especially in the next month or so, we're still going to have abundance of produce in our area. So we just have zucchini and tomatoes and corn and peaches and eggplant up. I made which you may see, I did kind of holiday prep that I do. And it's very raw footage, but I might put it together I'll put up this week and how I prepare for a weekend. And I prepped, I made a potato salad, I made grilled vegetables, and this way, and I kind of explain what I plan on, and I prep fruit and stuff, so. Oh, there you go. I have one like that, cat, so I get it. It is hard when everybody doesn't eat. And of course, we can always blame ourselves. They don't do it because you allowed it. That's why I always get told, you allowed them to eat that way. He wasn't going to eat. What am I supposed to do? Let the kid starve? But he's gotten better. And so it does get better. Once they get a little bit older and they go out with their friends and they don't want to eat that way in front of their friends. Good things happen then. That's right. Don't forget to give a thumbs up before you leave. Thank you, Cheryl. But it's hard. It's hard when you can't cook 18 different ways. You'll never, you just can't. Everybody has to eat what's made. And it's hard, easier said than done. It is easier said than done. People don't like things this way. And I'm not going to eat that. And then you feel really bad because I get it. But I tried to keep it basic enough that's pretty bland that they could doctor it up if they wanted. And I can doctor it up if I wanted. Like when I made the Pioneer Woman's spaghetti and clams, I said, my husband, let's put wine in it. I said, you know what? When you get your portion, you could put a little splash of wine in there and some extra butter and cheese. Because I'm making it Weight Watcherified, and you could always add more cheese to yours and more butter, but I don't want to. Cooking for 5. Yeah. That's good, Tamara. Oh, an NPO. Oh. Oh, I get that. When you're like that, it is. It's just whatever you want to eat at some points because, yep. Oh, I hope how you doing now, Susan B? Yeah, it's not. Now, I don't know if we're going to be live for breakfast tomorrow or not. I don't want to promise anything because I have to go up early. And I don't know how the morning's going to go. It's easier when I have to be in at 9 because I have more time. Tomorrow I'm not going to have much time. Gotcha. Oh, Tim just made it back to school. Yep. It has sent a message. So he left here at 5:40. A little over 2 hours. That's not bad. Well, Jermaine, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, you are screwed over at your job. Let's not face that. And your husband is sometimes an asshole. I won't sugarcoat that one. But the house thing is a good thing. That's probably the only good thing out of the 3. But it's still stressful. You have to start using what throws you off the wagon to fire you up. You have to, and that's the only thing, that's what I would suggest. Instead of it letting you get you down, you have to let that fire your fire. Would that make sense? Like, something has to catapult you, and I would use those things, for you. That's what I want. I want you to channel that. I mean, you have to do something with it, and it's sending you in the negative way. I want you to you have to do something, because I don't want you headed down a path that you can't come back from, or that you're digging a deeper hole for yourself. That's what I don't want. I don't want you deeper in that hole. But you have to, it's a challenge for you. It's not going to do it unless you make it yourself do it. It's almost like going against the grain. Like, your grain is normally just to fall into that and let that absorb you. It's going to take everything for you to turn it. It's hard. I'm not going to sit and tell you it's easy. It's not. But I just want you to think of yourself. Put your main first. At least for 70% of the day, if we can do that. It might not be 100% of the day, because you might not be ready for that. But maybe we should start back at like 40% of the day, and we'll work over to 70% of the day. Yeah, I mean, you're the only one that could change this. We want to, while you still can, it's going to come to a point where you're going to get yourself in such a situation that medical intervention will be needed. And I don't want to see it get to that point, because that's a very precarious situation. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can, then you can't, like, I felt I was in a really extreme hole. Hey Maureen, it's hard because I felt hopeless, and the only thing I could do was start to dig and crawl and just do the plan. Like, I had to sit there and stop with the 2-3 pounds a week. Let me just do, because I was in such a situation that I felt hopeless, and I felt like I was in a hole that I couldn't see out of, and I didn't want to feel that way anymore. And the only person that could help me was me. And if I didn't do anything, I don't know what was going to happen. Was I going to have to go in the hospital? Was I going to have some kind of surgery? Was I start going all this medication? You think all that, because that's the next step, and I'm still at a place where I can change it. And I just needed to, it's just like, you just have to find it. I can't like sit there and explain it any other way than that. You just have to just start. You have to. There's not an option for you not to. You have to see, sometimes we give ourselves, we feel sorry for ourselves, and as you should, But you have to sit there and you have to take control. As hard as that is, it's difficult. I put that in a question the other day. Sometimes it's harder to go on a healthy journey than to keep eating. It's easier to keep eating. It's easier to wallow in our food and make food a number one priority and just keep eating and eating than it is to sit there and say, stop. I want better for myself. I need better for myself. I want to live a long life. I want to do things. And there are things I couldn't do. And that was embarrassing at my age. I was 50 years old and I couldn't get on a chair and get something off a shelf. I was mortified that I could not push myself up. Good night, Debbie. Yeah, nobody says it's easy. It is easier to eat. It is easier to eat, but it's not the option. We want to challenge ourselves and pick the hard road, because in the end, it is what's going to make us feel better. And once you start to feel better, and it'll happen, you're going to really be empowered because you want to feel even better than that. And you're going to be like, I can feel better than this. You damn right can feel better than that. And you'll just start, and then it'll snowball. And then you'll just want to keep doing it. And then, and it's going to dig in. You're going to have to sit there and be like that thing and just crawl. Or your nails are just at the, you're just going to, you have to crawl out of there. There's no other option. There is no other option. Food is an addictive drug. It's worse sometimes than alcohol and heroin. Because it's so readily available. We just have to go to our cabinet and grab ourselves something, and this is going to make me feel better. I want that. That is not going to solve our problems. It's only going to make our problems worse. Yeah, you had more energy, you felt good. And when all that happens, you just start to, it's just all going to come together, and then you're going to feel even more empowered. And I know you can do it. I know you can. Because you know why I know? Because I did it. And I know if I can do it, I know you can do it. I know you can. Oh, that is absolutely true, Marilyn. The more sugar is, when you detox from sugar, you really don't crave it like you used to. You don't. And I remember saying that to somebody the other day. I'm like, I don't have those, the cake doesn't call me as much as it used to. I mean, sometimes the one is always still there, but you don't have that inner draw. Oh, I bet you do, Lisa. I mean, like I said, you get a big chunk of that off, you'd be amazed. Oh, when I think about the amount of food I consumed, it's crazy. Yeah, you don't even, I mindless, you just eat. It's like you're a machine, and it's like, and I told you, I go into those eating comas where I don't even realize how much I'm eating. And the one time, it was recently, I was eating the popcorn, and it was the pancake popcorn, and I just kept eating it. And he looks at me and he goes, you can eat that whole bag? And I was like, oh, I really was I'm like, no, take it, please. It was like, I was in an eating coma. Detox is hard. And I think another thing that was motivating to me is I don't want my kids doing things for me. I mean, I don't want to turn into my mother. That doesn't motivate me. Yeah. That was because my mother was very needy, especially towards the end, and I did not want to be that. I did not want to be that. What she put me through for my boys. I'm a girl. It was a little bit easier when it's a girl, but I thought if I turn into my mother, Those poor boys don't stand a chance. So I knew that I had to take control because I did not want to be my mother for them. That's probably the cusp for everything now that I really think about it. It's she was very Italian, you know. They're very demanding and of their children, and I did not want that to be me. Oh yeah, you can't do without food. It's you have to live with your addiction. I if I'm available, if anybody else is around me, I always tell them if you see me eating something like mindlessly, say something to me because sometimes I am. I'm in that zone coma where I just and then once they say it, it's like you oh, and like you kind of like oh no, I don't want like it's kind of you don't see here, you only see here, and once they say something, it kind of pops me out. But oh yeah, that was my big motivation. That I was seeing myself turning into her, and there's no way. I'm like, no, I will not do that to my boys. I won't. They have to want to stop. If you, we can't make them, which is hard. So yeah, some well, that's why I like the mug things, because I can't eat more. The mug because it's not there. I don't think I don't think there's any mug cookies. But I make things like now my son he's into the protein, so a lot of the protein stuff I make he scarfs down, so which is helpful because it's not around. Like those pound dropper bars I made the other day, they all loved them, so I kept saying eat them. That's why there was only three left, so yes, physical. Oh yeah, that will affect you immediately. Sometimes we get guilted into taking things, you know, and I don't like when people do that. Like they know that you're trying to do better and you're on a wellness journey, and you can have just one. Yeah, I wish I could just have one. Problem is, when I have one, it makes me want the rest of the box. Sometimes you're better not having any. Oh, I've eaten from the bag. Yeah, it's oh yeah, the food pushers with the side eye. Or the ones that they say, you can't eat that. And you eat it just to spite them. Been there, done that way too many times. I think I'm done with that, but yeah. Wow. Yes, yes. They don't realize that it's at least I only speak for myself that I have a problem with food. I do. And the slightest thing, yeah, you're sitting here, you know, you're never fully healed. There's always going to be that little thing that sticks you over the edge. And when people say that, or the you know, food pushers, it could you know, and you like I said, sometimes you do just to prove them you know wrong, and you just go down that rabbit hole. You just have you know you just have like I say that's why I keep you know that hitting that reset. Because they're like I said, you could sit there, you could be a goal, and you're always going to have those weekends where you have those things you shouldn't have had and didn't plan and went over points, you know. But as long as you sit there and recognize it and then say, all right, I'm back on track today, it's a win. Susan, better late than never. It is a win. Hey, Natalie. And I can't run that home enough because I've had so many of those days that you think that you're, you know, like you're never fully out of it. You're just in a better shape, but you still have these because there's just reasons why you ate to begin with. It's not like you know you had bad genes. I had bad genes, and you know, no, I ate for certain reasons, and those reasons don't always go away. Yeah, Yeah, just one. Good point, Maureen. I have lunch when I come home, Marilyn. I don't. Hey, Paula. I don't eat lunch at school. I do have snacks with me in case I need them, but because of COVID, I've been so busy, I don't have time to snack. I don't have time. But I always keep in my desk, I have Built Bars, I have Kirkland bars, I have little mini pretzels. I do have those in my desk if I should need them, but lately it's been like crazy busy that I don't even have time to snack. I have my tea. I always bring my jug of tea with me and I drink that. I know. You will. You will. You have to make small, sustainable change. You make anything that's drastic, it's not, I always say when we do this, we're either on or off. Like you have to sometimes be in the middle. And sometimes you can't be 100% on because it's just too rigid. But if you sit there and just do some things, you will just really make some positive effects. Because Chris is going to be here before we know it. We're not doing Halloween this year. I finally got my husband to say we're done with Halloween. No more candy in the house because, again, what is Denise's weakness? Chocolate. So, yeah, I think we're done with Halloween. And I don't think kids should be going trick-or-treating. If you have to wear a mask at school, you shouldn't be taking candy from people. That's all. Off my soapbox. Yeah, there is no quick. I did a video when I called it "The Secrets to Weight Loss Revealed," and then first thing I said, there isn't any. There really isn't any. There just isn't any. There's. I wish there were. I wish there was the apple cider vinegar pills, or something that you could take that would help. There isn't. You just have to calories in, calories out. Points in, points out. Bottom line. We have to shut our mouths sometimes. All right, Tamara. Well, we meant like done with the trick-or-treaters, I should say, not Halloween. It is up to you, Jermaine. And I know you can do it. You have to know you can do it. But I know you can. I've had many bad Halloween stories as a child, but my boys had good Halloween, so that made it better. But we're just done with, I should say we're done with trick-or-treaters, which means we're not going to have any candy in the house, which is a win because, the chocolate. The Hershey's miniatures. Yeah. My weakness. And let me tell you something. Sometimes I go in the Lily's jar, and I do grab some Lily's chips a lot. We are worth it. We only have one life. We got to make the best of it. Oh, yeah. Like Lisa, like I always say, I need to have a plan where there's cake involved. That was a necessity. How do I get cake in my plan? And as you see, I've worked it in. Oh, well, that's good. We have it sitting here and it drives me insane. Oh, I've had horrific Halloweens myself as a child, but my boys didn't, so that kind of made it better. But yeah, there's just, yeah. And I said on a post today, somebody was talking about she had a recipe she wanted to make it light, and I said, listen, you can make any recipe you want lighter. We have to get out of our heads that it has to be 0 points or 2 or 3 points. Sometimes a recipe is going to come out to be 6 or 7 points, and that's a huge win. We all want everything 0, 1 point, 2 points. Sometimes, higher point things that are decadent are worth it. I will pay 7, 8, 10 points for a meal. Like the Pioneer Woman's clams, I think I spent 10 points on that. I thought it was worth it. Because we all have it. Oh, that's true. Like, we try to put everything in there to make it 2 and 3 points, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good. Because just because it's low in points doesn't mean we're going to like it, and doesn't mean it's going to be good. So you have to really play around with some things. Oh yeah, and and the people that nickel and dime their points are the people that don't want to eat all 23, and that always irks me. You're not eating this, but you're going, you're leaving the day with points in the bank. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Because if you're leaving points in the bank, sometimes you're leaving calories out and you're not eating enough. And we don't want to not eat enough. Well, see, Tamara, my philosophy is everything revolves around food. When we act like it doesn't, that's detrimental. It does. And especially being Italian, everything we did revolved around food. We just have to navigate it, learn how to navigate it. That's what I try to instill with you guys. Oh, absolutely, Luigi. Lemon blueberry cupcakes. Sounds delish. Sometimes, Maureen, I hear ya. Ah, that's a good idea, Kat. Have what you want. Because guess what? You could sit there and substitute it, and you're still going to want what you originally wanted. Yes. Well, that's easy. That's why your body can digest smaller meals better than bigger meals. That's for diabetics are supposed to be 6 small meals, because when your body can metabolize much quickly when smaller foods. That's what I try to do it that way, but it doesn't always work out, especially with work. I was wondering what the fort was. Oh my god, fort? Okay, I like that. I have not heard anything, Sue. Marine's got the in. Yeah, I guess we'll be drinking shakes at WW. Medfast! Maybe they're going to partner with Premier Protein. Oh, you better. She's been rolling in her grave, though. She has been rolling in her grave. I hope so. I mean, if I'm going to say this in a nice way, but if you follow the plan and you lose the weight, your sugar will go down. So I don't know how much, better they're going to do it. Yeah. Well, it's funny. Now, when I go to international, every week they spotlight their food. she does a little spiel at the end of the meeting. I'm like, well, they're really trying to sell their shit, aren't they? It's crackers, snack mix, bars, cake mix. Crazy. I mean, they do have a big selection of their products there. It's always buy one, get one free, buy two, get one free, and, you know, they're trying to get rid of stuff, which is always a big indication that something's coming down the line. Hi, Tiffany. Yes. She said she used to. They don't anymore. But I don't know. I'm going to a different meeting this week because I'm back to school, so I'm going to be going Saturday mornings now. I think I'm going to go to the 8:30 meeting, which means I have to get there. Oh, and this is what she said. She says, there's a new thing. They want everybody seated by the time the meeting starts. So they don't want you in line. If you get there late, you have to get weighed in after the meeting. Does she realize some people bring their breakfast because they want to eat? I don't know how that's going to fly. I'm like, first of all, the only reason I was late today was because roads were closed because we had a tornado. Just so you know, I couldn't get here. Oh, I'm telling you, Luigi, this place has got everything. I know. And we have one well, that was Friday. Only one. Apparently the leaders don't weigh anybody, which, again, that takes up time. If she would help out, the line would go down a little bit quicker. We could sit our butts down. But the reason I was late was because I couldn't get there. Sorry, 3 roads were closed because there was a tornado in the town. So, lucky I even made it at all. Yeah, I don't know. That line was long, and she kept saying she didn't want to touch anything. It'd be nice if you could import a recipe from another site, a log, and allow you to play with. Oh, you can. I've done that all the time. I do it with Pound Dropper. I mean, well, sometimes because you just don't have the things on hand. Good night, Jermaine. Chin up, girlfriend. Sometimes you just don't have that ingredient. Like, I didn't have our butter and peanut butter, so I used powdered peanut butter. I know, I was like, well, if you don't know how to weigh people, I don't understand. Good night, Diane. Wow, it's 8:25 already. This went by fast. Hope y'all had a really good weekend and Labor Day. And now it's, summer is officially kaput. We are heading into fall. Fall is, let me see, the 22nd is the fall equinox. So it is 2 weeks from Wednesday, the first day of fall. It's pumpkin season. I've been trying not to make anything pumpkin. I know I made something pumpkin already, but because I'm pumpkin obsessed. So, oh, that's crazy. 2.5 hours. The bagels were delicious. I put a video in my group, and good night, Sue, and just so you can hear it crunch. Because it was part of the video, and I went, oh, you got to hear that one. Because it's yeah, let me tell you, it's a labor of love because there's a lot that goes into this bagel. I mean, you have to watch it because, again, if you use the commercial granola, it might not burn as fast. Mine, I just kind of did a little toasted oats on top. The video will be up tomorrow. It is uploading as we speak. It'll probably be up tomorrow. I'll put up tomorrow morning. Put up early. Why not? Maybe I'll do it later. We'll see. I like to put my videos out a certain time of the day. I like to put it out 4 o'clock. I don't know if you realize that, but my videos go up around the same time every day. There's just a thing because the analytics tell me when's a good time. So that's what I do. So yeah, pumpkin. There's the Pound Dropper pumpkin donuts. I want to make pumpkin butter. If you've not made pumpkin butter, shut the front door. It is like, I've been thinking about it. I didn't want to make it too soon. It's going to be probably this week, probably. Of course, I'll have a video on it because it's dang good. It's the bomb diggity. Exactly. Just follow the plan. And like I said, and if you are starting tomorrow, have a great tomorrow and just follow the plan. Do the basics, because sometimes you don't even do that. I just want you to do the basic stuff. I don't want you to do, oh, don't be saying hoarding pumpkin. Luigi, it's been really good out there for pumpkin. Well, let's not jinx it. Because if I have to go through a pumpkin shortage again, I will not be a happy girl. But, oh, the pumpkin butter. My gosh. It is really easy. It is. You can make it in a crock pot. I just put it on the stove and cook it down, and it's delicious. And it's just good on everything. I mean, I eat it with a spoon once in a while because, you can. So I'm going to head on out. I thank you for joining me today. And remember, if you're starting today, tomorrow, or last week or this week, remember, we are just following the plan. What does that mean? We are doing just the basics. Sometimes we try to do everything, and sometimes we just got to stick to the basic stuff. Do small, simple changes. Be easy on us, because we work hard all day. We don't need to be stressed out about our lifestyle. So what I just say is be basic. Be basic. Thank you, Luigi. Have a great rest of your day. I probably will not be on for breakfast tomorrow. I'm pretty much going to guarantee that. I feel bad, but with school, I'm not going to have the time this week. Next week will be different because I'll have my extra hour. I'm not going to have that this week. I have to be in at work at 8 o'clock. Because I have to be up at 6:15, which is not going to make me happy. So thank you all for joining me. Remember, we are just following the plan. Don't forget to give a thumbs up on your way out the door. I'd appreciate it. And look for that bagel recipe tomorrow. It is the riff on Panera Bread's Cinnamon Crunch Bagel. It's, I call it a crunchy bagel or something. Sweet crunchy bagel. So it was really good. The boys loved it. So I always say when the boys like stuff, it's a hit. So have a great day. I will see you all tomorrow night. It's Tuesday. And have a great day. We can do this. We don't have a choice. That's how to think about it. There is no choice.